Hello, hello. Welcome into your affirmation intention reading for the week. This week, working with harmony. So, finding an affirmation, I am harmonious, and trying to just create a little bit more of that type of energy. All right, so checking out the cards that are out here for this week for harmony. I'm just kind of looking at colors first, I guess. Kind of it's red, orange on this side, blue over here, and then meeting in the middle, we've got purple. What a beautiful blend. So over on this right side first, tired line. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been exhausted lately, so I'm totally feeling this. So maybe for some of you, just a lot of tiredness going on in life, whether it's work, relationships, just your energy level, whatever it may be, but just that feeling of run down. One of the moon cycle cards that came out also, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn, so a lot of work possibly going on, and maybe just kind of that constant movement. So possibly just being too tired, too much going on. Notice how that affects your thoughts, your mood, right? As that sort of schedule or that sort of overwhelmed, tired feeling continues. Right? Sometimes we get some of that sort of apocalyptic feeling, right? Or like everything makes our head just want to explode. Even the smallest things seems like the biggest deal. Eagle came out again this week, so I took another card too, just because. So again, really urging us to find a new perspective, right? Maybe try something different, do something different. Not always the easiest thing to do, to just get a different perspective, right? But sometimes that just takes, right, getting out of your regular zone, or I don't know, literally go on a headstand and change your perspective, be upside down, something. But anyway, back to just being tired. So just a lot going on. Maybe you've been overactive, or not overactive, but maybe just connecting and having a lot of time with other people, other energies, other voices. So yeah, and then being in service. Again, when you focus on being tired, other people, what type of cycle you're in right now, just notice when you're possibly being more service to others than you are to yourself. Maybe apply that and take a little time out for you. Solar eclipse card popped out. I didn't realize that there's actually a solar eclipse this weekend on the 14th, Saturday. So that is really cool. But solar eclipse energy, at least in this reading, and even because it's happening now, amplified even more in our physical real life. But this is all about change, right? Something that is going to happen that maybe sets off actions onto a different path or a different way. This could be something that you've been wanting and hoping for, even working towards. And then for others, this may just be like a shock. So yeah, just maybe something big or unexpected, possibly even kind of a surprise, perhaps. Maybe even this week or sometime around this month, right? And sometimes these sorts of things, right, that shake us up, that create change, especially if it's something we didn't anticipate or weren't necessarily asking for, can also, right, make it feel like a tough cycle, make us feel tired, sort of bring that kaboom energy in our brains. But if possible, going through change, finding a different perspective, maybe taking on the approach that things are happening for you instead of to you. Right? Again, easier said than done. But a lot of times when something major or big happens, even if we don't see it at first, like it at first, after, later down the road, we kind of get that aha moment, like, oh, if this wouldn't have happened, then I wouldn't be here, right? Or if this didn't happen, then this other awesome thing wouldn't have happened. So a lot of that energy. So really to combat any of that, if this is kind of what's been going on for you or how you're feeling, really grounding energy, maybe taking time out, even if it's just a few minutes, to sit quietly, even connecting to the color red, earth tones, eating foods like soup, vegetables like cooked, warm drinks, things like that can really help combat some of that. And then this whole blue side is sort of offering the opposite and giving a bunch of reminders. So Irene, down here on the side shot, reminds us of peace, right? So even when there's change, even if it's unexpected, right? We've got a 44 on solar eclipse, and then Irene is number 8 on that card. So balancing that out, again, just thinking of this is happening for me, this is for my highest good, and really taking that into account. Oh, and before I keep going, under this card is another card. Think of a question maybe that you've had, or just something that's been on your mind that can be answered with a yes or no. And then as long as I don't forget, we'll check out underneath what it says at the end. But yeah, okay, so back to Irene, peace. So yeah, bringing in a little bit more of that energy. And then Upper World card and Grand Trine card, both sort of this more spiritual, universal, sort of connected energy. Also with Temperance over here, from my Wise Dog Tarot deck. But really just knowing that you are supported, even if you are running ragged or those times when you're feeling alone, you have a spirit team backing you, right? Urging you to, when you take and sit and find that quiet time, right? That creates a connection to your inner voice, right? Your intuition. A lot of this purple is all about third eye center, your 6th chakra, right? So really using your intuition, trusting your gut, but also reminding you that you have ancestors, spirit guides, angels, right? The whole universe is rooting for you to succeed and helping you. Okay, so if that's something you already have, maybe a spiritual practice, or you have some sort of faith or connection, right? Lean into that. And if not, maybe it's time to, right, see if there's anything there for you, even just walking outside in nature, right? Not everything has to be big ceremonial, or well, maybe if organized religion, isn't your thing. I think spirituality and religion are 2 different things. So taking just the parts that make you feel peaceful, calm, connected to things around you. With the Temperance card too, like I said, this is a little bit about balance and kind of creating that with your intention, with your energy, from all of that within. Right? And maybe some of you even have a pet that is deceased, and they are with you, watching over you. Maybe even a dog, or Maybe you had a pet that was all white fur, right? But lots of wings here. So to me, that just symbolizes you do have angels surrounding you. You do have support. If you can quiet your mind long enough to just tap into that and notice. And then in the middle here, so end of a cycle approaches, but the other moon card that came out, hold your vision. Okay, so just because things feel difficult and hard, right, does not necessarily mean that you just give up on everything, even if you do need to take a little bit of a break or a timeout. Okay, but make sure you're holding your vision, whatever that may be. If you're not sure what that is, again, do some grounding, do some connecting, and find something that would light you up a little bit, right? To bring a little purpose into your world, a little love, right? And that ties in with these cards as well, kind of all of these here in the middle. So now merging this red, this blue, that root chakra, throat chakra, now third eye, right? So feeling grounded, supported, safe, secure, knowing and speaking your truth, right? And doing all of that with love. So here in more of the middle, along with hold your vision, soul loss card. Okay, every single person has had some sort of trauma, right? And none of this is a contest of whose is worse than others or what is considered trauma and what is not. Everything is just different for everyone, and that's the way our entire lives are, right? Everyone's kind of living in their own world, seeing things in their own way, and we don't always understand that perspective. But this card is reminding that a lot of times we push down that trauma, right? And sometimes it may just be little things, and then they add up over time, and then one day, kaboom, right? You completely explode, or you're just sad, you don't know why, whatever the case may be. When we don't acknowledge that something's happened or don't let ourselves have those feelings, right, that can sometimes be detrimental to ourselves. We're just sort of punishing ourselves. So doing a little bit of that work, maybe acknowledging what some of those are, but then really bringing it back to a little more joy. Going back to times when you weren't overthinking everything and what was something you did just because it was fun. Right? When I was a kid, I loved climbing trees and swinging, as an example. Okay, so you could literally just go do something fun. Go to a theme park. Again, go pick flowers, whatever those things were for you. Right? Maybe you liked a little more aggression when you played. Go to a monster truck derby or something. Something like that. Anyway, so, really just acknowledging, right? Letting it be okay, right? That you feel a certain way about something, but then kind of moving out of that energy and going into more of that love vibration, more into what things light you up. I'll move this little crystal here. And both of these images have that sort of blossoming flower in the middle out of the sacred cycles deck. This bleeding rituals card, also encouraging something for yourself, right? If you don't have any rituals or something you do just to bring in sort of that love energy on your own to create harmony in your day, right? That could be just lighting a candle before you go to bed at night. Maybe you've got a lotion that smells really good that you just like to put on and you enjoy that, right? And just be mindful while you're doing it. Again, not everything has to be elaborate, but it also can be, right? Sometimes I like to take a whole hour and just do a bunch of different things to just sort of pamper myself, to connect with myself, to shut out all this noise, all the overthinking, all the tiredness and toughness, right? And go more into this type of energy. So a lot of balance here. Oh, and then the Empress as well. She came out again too. Eagle and Empress popping back out. Number 3, the Empress, creative, abundant, peaceful. I don't know if you can see, you know, close up on her face, but she really looks like she has it all. She's got her cake, her kitty, right? The sun is shining. She looks happy. Beautiful gown, beautiful surroundings. The Empress. So she is the ultimate creator, confident, right? So when creating harmony this week, right, just remembering when change comes up, you can bring in peace, right? When you start to feel overwhelmed, or maybe there's just a lot of action, interaction, different sides, different perspective things going on, right? Notice even with numbers here, maybe money or something with work, right, is weighing on your mind, making you tired. And then tapping into more of this side of the energy, more of this blue feeling, peacefulness, this purple intuition, to create the harmony between those, right? This stuff is going to happen through our lives. Some weeks get more crazy than others. So creating harmony when you can. Lastly, I don't know if this card was showing very well here in the shot, but this number 4, and we've kind of got a lot of that going on. 44, 8, 44. All about stability, power. But this card here, ultimate sort of sum up message in just a couple words. I think I took this from the book itself, but I loved the phrase, rest for success. We can only go at this sort of pace for so long. So making sure that you are getting the proper amount of rest, time to yourself, that is where healing takes place. Right? You need those other types of brain waves, of energy, right, to fizzle some of this down. Right? When we run at this sort of level too much, that's where we start to get sick, stressed, which just creates its own gamut of problems. So rest for success. So again, meditation, actual sleep. Create harmony in your week. Helpful stone that popped out in the crystal card for the week. I actually had some of this, which I always find exciting. This is tourmaline quartz. So quartz is normally, I'm sure I've got a couple of them out here, clear. It's an enhancing, clarifying stone. Right? Kind of enhances other energies around it and helps clear. And then the tourmaline quartz, the black, helps ward off negativity. So sort of fighting that negativity so you can find clarity and help you shine, right? Help amplify that sort of energy and combat, right, what might feel a little more negative or a little more down. All right, creating harmony. All right, if you thought of a yes or no question. Under take charge and action, let's see what we have. There it is. Yes. So whatever your question was, looks like a big, happy, old, excited, exuberant yes. I don't know, was this the answer you were hoping for? And then what can you do to take charge and action? Right? Assume this has already happened for you. What's next? Okay, try to bring in that harmony as you are doing that. but there it is. Yes, love, harmony, change, rest for success. So create harmony this week. And that's it. That is the affirmation reading, your reading for the week. I hope something in this connected with you, clicked with you. And I hope you have a super awesome, harmonious week.